Hello, my name is Juliet Hernandez, and today I will be presenting on royal weddings. This topic is super interesting to me, and I am excited to share with you what I learned through my research. To start, let's talk about facts one must know when dating a royal. The first thing to know is not to speak about the relationship publicly, and the second is to limit public displays of affection. While it may seem tempting, one should steer clear of relationship talk and instead speak on charitable works and work related projects. The next two facts one should know when dating a royal family member is how to address royalty. This means knowing when to say Your Majesty when speaking to the Queen, and when to say Your Royal Highness to other members of the family. The next is knowing table manners. An example of this would be knowing you cannot eat until the Queen has started eating. Traditionally, in the royal family, sex was not allowed before marriage. This was strictly observed for women marrying senior royals. Princess Diana and other women marrying into the family had to take a purity test to make sure royal babies were actually royal babies. These expectations have since become softened for the latest generation of royals. According to Town and Country, the 1772 Royal Marriages Act stated that all marriages to a member of the British royal family were subject to the approval of the reigning monarch. Therefore, royals who are the first six in line to the throne require the monarch's permission in order for the marriage to be valid under British law. When it comes to royal weddings, there are many people involved. British commoners may question if their taxes pay for the wedding. However, the Queen and Prince Charles pay for the majority of the weddings. Kate and Meghan contributed to their weddings as well, with Kate's family in charge of the hotel stays for guests and Meghan Markle in charge of purchasing her wedding dress. Royal wedding parties consist of children from ages 10 to 12. In Kate Middleton's wedding, she had her sister Pippa as a maid of honor who was 28 years old. Kate was not able to be Pippa's matron of honor at her wedding due to the fact that it is not traditional for a member of the royal family to be seen standing behind a commoner, even if that commoner is your sister. Wedding attire for any royal wedding is very important. According to the invitations, men are supposed to wear uniforms, morning coats, or business suits, and women are expected to wear day dresses that cover the shoulders and are not too long. Most importantly, women are required to wear hats. The hats are always very amusing and usually the highlight of the show. Primarily, marriages were for strategic reasons, usually to create alliances. Sometimes it would be with France, Spain, or with Germany. It would sometimes be to prevent a rival power from being in a position of opposition to Britain. Again, however, these rules have become more relaxed with the latest generation of royals. Newlyweds live in a place that is gifted to them from the Queen. William and Kate were gifted a beautiful house on the Sandringham estate, while Harry and Meghan were gifted Frogmore Cottage. These beautiful estates are where they will live after they are married. Now, the Duke and Duchess of Cambridge reside in Kensington Palace to focus on royal engagements and charity work. The reigning monarch has custody of the minor grandchildren. When King George I ruled, he passed a law in 1717 that meant that the king was the guardian of his grandchildren. This is still a law today. For the reigning monarch, custody means having a say in the grandchildren's upbringing, travel, and education. Since the British monarch is the head of the Church of England, the royal children must be baptized in the church. The royal parents also must have their children wear their traditional christening gown. This gown is a replica of the one first worn by Queen Victoria's daughter in 1841. Education in all aspects is very important to royal children. Parents must enroll their children into top and primary schools for their education. They must also be taught multiple languages, and last but not least, they must learn of their royal duties. Many times, the parents will wait until the future sovereign is old enough to understand the weight of being royal. Parents must dress their children according to traditional dress code rules. Little boys are not allowed to wear long pants until the age of 8. This rule dates back to the 16th century tradition. You will also not see royal children wearing printed t-shirts, as they are always dressed in very traditional British style. Princess Margaret's divorce was the first in modern royal history. It took the royal family until 1936 to allow marrying a divorced person. There is no official rule that requires the monarch to approve of royal divorces, as she must approve of marriages. So, divorce is allowed in the royal family. Lastly, we will be talking about remarriage. Remarriage is allowed with the Queen's permission. The royal family used to forbid marriage after divorce. This was due to the church not allowing it. However, in 2002, the Church of England began allowing remarriage of divorced people. This is why Meghan Markle was able to marry Prince Harry even though she was a divorcee.